Very good morning, students. I hope you are all well and healthy. Don't neglect the precautions has to be taken to avoid coronavirus. Continue to wearing mask. Okay, dear children. Yesterday we are discussing a lesson, a beautiful lesson, that is science and hope of survival by Kelly's Baruch. So in this lesson, the Kelly's Baruch is telling us about the importance of nuclear test ban. In that time, the nuclear powers of this world, that is USA, England and Soviet Union. So there was a competition in this world in that time to invent new and powerful weapons. So at that time, our author, scientist Kelly's Baruch, he was involved in a research about the seismic waves. So at the same time, the three nuclear powers were gathered in Geneva to discuss about the nuclear test ban. So at that moment, an American scientist, Frank Press, raised a question. So if the three nuclear powers signed an agreement about nuclear test ban, if any participant of that team of other or any country which was signed that agreement will make a secret nuclear test exposure, then how the other participants, how the other countries can come to know about that? Or if any participant violated that agreement and made a secret nuclear explosion, then other countries, how can it possible to know? So this was the question arising there. In that time, they come to know that the tremors or the waves which were produced by the nuclear explosion were equal to the tremors produced by the earthquake. So this made direct connection of Kelly's Baruch research to this matter. So that's why he is telling that is research directly application to the area of survival of the humankind. Really, a Kelly's Baruch ಅವರು seismic waves ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಅನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. In that time, an American scientist, ಒಬ್ಬ ಅಮೆರಿಕದ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಈ ವಿಚಾರವನ್ನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಸ್ತಾಪವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆಗ ಏನು ಪ್ರಸ್ತಾಪ ಅಂದರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ವೆಪನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಗಳು ಇನ್ನು ಮುಂದೆ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಅದನ್ನ ಉಲ್ಲಂಘಿಸಿ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ದೇಶ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ರಹಸ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಭೇದಿಸೋದು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಿಚಾರ ಬಂದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಉಂಟಾಗ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಅಲೆಗಳು ಮತ್ತೆ ಭೂಕಂಪ ಆದಾಗ ಉಂಟಾಗ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಅಲೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸಾಮ್ಯತೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಬೇರ್ಪಡಿಸಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಚರ್ಚೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ the Cold War was ongoing. At that time it was not easy to work in a common language. So all the scientists, all the technologists, they have to forget their cultural background and they have to work for the welfare of this mankind or humanity. Then only it is possible to make the leaders of the main leaders of the nuclear power has to take decision for nuclear test ban. ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳು, ಎಲ್ಲ ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನರು ತಮ್ಮ ಸಾಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಕ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯನ್ನ ಮರೆತು ಒಗ್ಗಟ್ಟಾಗಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ಆಗಿನ ನಾಯಕರು ಈ ಅಣು ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆಯನ್ನು ನಿಷೇಧಿಸುವುದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ತೀರ್ಮಾನವನ್ನು ತರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. And the author also discussed about the matter of the scientists are not go with practical sense, but the argument of the author is scientists are the most practical persons in this world, and he has also given an example of mathematician. So these are the points we have discussed in the last class. Let's continue the lesson. Page number, open your books, page number 163, paragraph number 10. Some points are already discussed. Dear students, you observe my reading and pronunciation carefully. Okay, let's start. Okay. If you look carefully, you will find another side of this, which makes scientists the most practical people in the world. All new technologies, all new brands of industry, from defense to entertainment, stem from fundamental research. Among first examples are antibiotics, electronics, biotechnology, synthetic fibers, the green revolution, and genetic forensic diagnosis, to name just a few. And now only the basic research could give us new source of energy, new mineral deposits, and efficient defense from terrorism, cure from cancer, new forms of transportation. People trained in theoretical physics are headhunted by financial institutions. Those trained in frontier of biological research became founders and directors in the pharmaceutical industry. So, knowledge of basic science will give you a head start in whatever career you choose. It is commonly recognized that the very survival of our civilization is threatened by natural and man-made disasters. Among them are earthquakes, self-inflicted destruction of megacities, environmental catastrophe, economic and social crisis. Today, a massive release of radioactivity from a nuclear waste disposal, an earthquake in the middle of a megapolis, An outburst of mass violence or any other global disaster can cause up a million of casualties, render large part of our world uninhabitable and trigger global economic depression or a war in a hot region. Such dangers keep growing although trillions of dollars are spent to contain them by all known techniques. The hope and the responsibility for breaking the stalemate rest not only on the money but on intellectual resources. Though the money is more popular, according to the French proverb, nobody is satisfied with his wealth, everybody is satisfied with his wisdom. Only the basic research can create a springboard for developing new disaster preparedness industry. Our is the time of contest over issue not completely understood. Scientific research is an exciting venture into the great unknown and the token of humankind's survival. It is the scientists with their tools that are up to the challenge and can ensure that we all safely move with the time. Finally, I have to remind you that science is not the beginning and not the end either. However, if humanly used, science is their indispensable guardian and caretaker. I will explain from 10th paragraph. So, however, if you look carefully, you will find another side of this which makes scientists are the most practical people in the world. Yes, scientists are the most practical people in the world. ವಿಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳು ಈ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ವಾಸ್ತವಿಕವಾದಿಗಳು ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. Because they knows that what we need in future and they develop that. Technology, it may be technology, it may be medicine or other. So that's why Canisburg is telling us about scientists are the most practical people in the world. All new technologies, all new brands of industry from defense to entertainment stem from fundamental research. So all new technologies that we are using now, so many advanced technologies we are using. Maybe it can be whatever it may be. Maybe it is mobile or computer, whatever it may be. We are using new technologies and new brands of industry from defense to entertainment stem from fundamental research. Here, fundamental means fundamental. Fundamental means the most basic, or important parts of something. Parts of something. Means to say, Kannada we can say ಮೂಲಭೂತವಾದ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆಗಳು. So all new technologies and brands, new brands of industry. Industry means ಕಾರ್ಯಕಾರಿಕೆಗಳು. from defense to entertainment. Defense means ರಕ್ಷಣೆ, ರಕ್ಷಣಾ ವಲಯ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. So all new brands of industry from defense to entertainment stem from fundamental research. ಈ ರಕ್ಷಣೆಯಿಂದ ಮನೋರಂಜನೆಯವರೆಗೆ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾರ್ಖಾನೆಗಳೇನಿದ್ದಾವೆ ಅವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಮೂಲಭೂತವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಸಂಶೋಧನೆಯಿಂದ ಬಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥವು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಅವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Among first examples, so for that they have given some examples. Antibiotics. So when you are feeling sick, you will get some antibiotic tablets. The antibiotics, electronics, electrical goods you are using for power supply, electronics, and biotechnology. Biotechnology means jaivika tantrajnana. Biotechnology. I will write the difficult words meanings on the blackboard, so please take down. Biotechnology. jaivika tantrajnana. And synthetic fibers. Synthetic fibers. Samsleshita. Samsleshita Nana. And green revolution and genetic forsenic diagnosis, to name just a few. So from fundamental research there are so many industries have been stemmed. In that antibiotics, electronics, biotechnology, synthetic fibers, and green revolution, and genetic forsenic. Genetic forsenic means genetic forsenic. Means anuvanshika vidhi vigyana. So nowadays we are diagnosing all type of the diseases because of this new technology. That's why the new technology or the science have given notable contribution to these fields. And now only the basic research could give us new source of energy. So through the basic research we are getting new source of energy. ಒಂದು ಈ ಮೂಲಭೂತವಾದಂತಹ ಸಂಶೋಧನೆಗಳಿಂದ, ಪ್ರಾಥಮಿಕ ಸಂಶೋಧನೆಗಳಿಂದಾನೇ ಕೂಡ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅದು ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ನ್ಯೂ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ. ಹೊಸ ಶಕ್ತಿಯ ಮೂಲಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇದು ಕಂಡುಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ನ್ಯೂ ಮಿನರಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪೋಸಿಟ್ಸ್, ಹೊಸ ರೀತಿಯ ಖನಿಜಾಂಶಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಡಿಸ್ಪೋಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. And efficient defense from terrorism. So now the India is facing so many challenges. In that terrorism is the most and very crucial problem. So through the basic research of science, we are getting defense from the terrorism. ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು ಭಯೋತ್ಪಾದನೆ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶ ಒಂದು ಎದುರಿಸತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಮುಖವಾದ ಸವಾಲು ಅಂದರೆ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ತನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾಥಮಿಕ ಸಂಶೋಧನೆಗಳಿಂದ ಅದರಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ರಕ್ಷಣೆಯನ್ನು ಇವತ್ತು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಎಫಿಷಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಡಿಫೆನ್ಸ್, ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಒಂದು ರಕ್ಷಣೆಯನ್ನು ಇವತ್ತು ನಮಗೆ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ನಮಗೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಟೆರರಿಸಮ್ ಇಂದ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಫ್ರಮ್ ಟೆರರಿಸಮ್, ಕ್ಯೂರ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್. Once upon a time, he believes that cancer is not curable disease, but because of the science, now it is possible to cure the disease cancer. New forms of transportation. So because of the basic research of science, we got new types of transportation. So many types of vehicles have been launched in 21st century or in 20th century. So because of science only, all this has been comes true or became possible. People trained in theoretical physics are headhunted by financial institutions. So ಭೌತಶಾಸ್ತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ತರಬೇತಿಯನ್ನು ಪಡೆದಂತಹ ಜನ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆರ್ಥಿಕ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಎಸ್ಟಾಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್, ಹಣಕಾಸಿನ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳನ್ನು ಇವತ್ತು ನಿರ್ವಹಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ದೋಸ್ ಟ್ರೈನ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಫ್ರಂಟೈರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಯಾಲಜಿಕಲ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್, ಜೀವಶಾಸ್ತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸಂಶೋಧನೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥವರು ಬಿಕೇಮ್ ಫೌಂಡರ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ. ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಈ ಬಯೋಲಾಜಿಕಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥವರು ಈ ಫಾರ್ಮಾಸ್ಯೂಟಿಕಲ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿಗಳ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಥಾಪಕರು, ಅದರ ನಿರ್ದೇಶಕರಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ದೋಸ್ ಹೂ ಆರ್ ಫ್ರಂಟೈರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಯೋಲಾಜಿಕಲ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್, those who are made biological research were becoming the founders and directors of the pharmaceutical industries. So knowledge of basic science will give you a head start in whatever career you choose. So everybody should have the basic knowledge of science. If he had the basic knowledge of science, he can do anything and everything in the world. So that's why they are saying science will give you head start to whatever career you choose. So whatever the work, whatever the career, whatever the field you choose, it will help you. So that's why every person should have the basic knowledge of science. ಅಂದರೆ ನಮಗೆ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದ ಪ್ರಾಥಮಿಕ ಒಂದು ಜ್ಞಾನ ನಮಗೆ ಇದ್ದರೆ ನಾವು ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, ಪ್ರಗತಿ ಸಾಧಿಸಬಹುದು. It is commonly recognized that the very survival of civilization is threatened by natural and man-made disasters. So nowadays, the world, the environment, the life of human being, the civilization has been threatened by natural and man-made disasters. ಇವತ್ತೇನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಮಾನವನ ನಾಗರಿಕತೆ ಏನಿದೆ, ಮಾನವನ ಜೀವನ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ನೈಸರ್ಗಿಕ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಾನವ ನಿರ್ಮಿತ ಒಂದು ವಿಕೋಪಗಳಿಗೆ ತುತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. The civilization has been threatened by natural and man-made disasters. Among them are earthquakes. Earthquakes is a natural disaster, but for that man has become the reason. Because of his activities only, earthquakes are happening. Earthquakes, self-inflicted destructions of megacities. So we are now constructing so many high buildings and we are occupying the agricultural land for construction, the industries and for the cities. ದೊಡ್ಡ ದೊಡ್ಡ ನಗರಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕಟ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ಅದು ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮ ನಾಶ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಎನ್ವಿರಾನ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾಟಸ್ಟ್ರೋಫ್, ನೈಸರ್ಗಿಕವಾದಂತಹ ಮಹಾ ದುರಂತಗಳು. ಕ್ಯಾಟಸ್ಟ್ರೋಫ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ catastrophe, CATA, catastrophe, Mahaduranta. That's why we are facing ಮಹಾದುರಂತಗಳಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾವೆ. ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಕ್ರೈಸಿಸ್, ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ ಮತ್ತು ಆರ್ಥಿಕವಾದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ನಷ್ಟವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇವತ್ತು ಅನುಭವಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಒಂದು ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕವಾದಂತಹ ಆರ್ಥಿಕವಾದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಸಂಘರ್ಷಗಳಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾವೆ. ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಕ್ರೈಸಿಸ್. ಟುಡೇ ಎ ಮ್ಯಾಸಿವ್ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರೇಡಿಯೋ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಫ್ರಮ್ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪೋಸಲ್. Nowadays large number of, so the massive release of radioactivity from the nuclear waste disposal. So from the nuclear waste disposal, ಈ ಅಣು ಸ್ಥಾವರದ ಒಂದು ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದರಿಂದ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, massive release of radioactivity. It has released massive radioactivity. ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರಮಾಣದ ರೇಡಿಯೋ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿಗಳನ್ನ ಇವತ್ತು ಆ ಅಣು ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂದ ಬಿಡುಗಡೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. An earthquake in the middle of a megapolis. Earthquake is happening in the big cities. An outburst of violence. So now we are seeing everywhere the violence, ಹಿಂಸೆಯನ್ನು ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅದರಿಂದ or any other global disaster, ಜಾಗತಿಕವಾದಂತಹ ವಿಕೋಪ ದುರಂತಗಳಿಂದಾಗಿ can cause up to millions of casualties. Casualties means casualties. Casualties means ಸಾವು ನೋವು. So because of massive release of radioactivities, earthquakes and outburst of violence, we are facing millions of casualties and large part of our world become inhabitable. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಂದ ನಾವು ಸಾವು ನೋವುಗಳಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾವೆ ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಭೂಮಿಯ ಭೂಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ವಾಸಕ್ಕೆ ಯೋಗ್ಯವಾಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಟ್ರಿಗರ್ ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ ಡಿಪ್ರೆಷನ್. ಮತ್ತೇನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಆರ್ಥಿಕ ಹಿಂಜರಿತ ಉಂಟಾಗ್ತದೆ. War in odd reason, such dangers keep growing, although trillions of dollars are spent to contain them by all known taxes. So, to stop these things, we are investing trillions of dollars, but it is not come to our control, and we are also using new techniques to control all these things. The hope and the responsibility for breaking the stalemate rests not only the money but on intellectual resources. So by money only we can't control all these things, but we need intellectual resources to control all these things. Though the money is more popular, according to the French proverb, nobody is satisfied with his wealth, everybody is satisfied with his wisdom. So money is important and it is popular, but nobody is satisfied with his money, but everybody is satisfied with their knowledge. That is a French proverb. Only the basic research can create a springboard and developing new disaster preparedness industry. Basic science only can help us, can survive us. Scientific research is an exciting venture into the great unknown and the token of humankind's survival. So now, if you want to survive, scientific research and exciting work ventures are into the great unknown is very important. So it is the scientists with their tools that are up the challenge can ensure that we are all safely moving the time. So because of the science only, we are all moving to a safer side. We are survived. Finally, I have to remind you that science is not beginning and not end either. So it is not the beginning, it is not the end. There is no end for science. Every day we are researching and we are identifying, we are getting new things. However, if humanly used, science is their indispensable guardian and caretaker. So, if we use humanly, science is our friend, science is our guardian and caretaker. So, when science is there, there is no fear and it will survive humankind. Okay. Homework I will give you for today's class. Homework. Take down the homework. Homework. Who will be head-handed by financial institutions and pharmaceutical industries. So this is the only one question I am giving you for today's homework. I hope you have all understand the lesson well. We will meet you in the next class. Thank you.